Albert Fish was a man who appeared, to many, like an unassuming grandfatherly figure. In the bustling streets of early 20th century New York, he blended in with his drab grey suits and quiet demeanour. People often saw him reading a newspaper on park benches or chatting with neighbours, seeming like just another quiet old man living out his days. But those who had a closer look knew there was something dark and unsettling about Albert Fish. Beneath his soft-spoken voice and gentle exterior, he harboured disturbing impulses that would eventually make him one of the most notorious killers of his time. Fish's story begins innocuously enough. He was born in 1870 into a troubled family. Early in his life, he faced abuse and abandonment, and by the time he was a young man, he was already exploring deviant behaviours. But it wasn't until his later years that Fish's twisted desires evolved into something even more sinister. He developed an obsession with pain, both giving and receiving it, and this dark fascination only deepened as he grew older. He began to focus on vulnerable children, using his unassuming appearance to lure them into his twisted world. One of his most tragic victims was Grace Budd, a young girl whose family Fish befriended under the pretense of helping her brother find work. Fish charmed the Budd family, convincing them of his good intentions. When he proposed to take Grace to a birthday party, her family didn't think twice, but Grace never returned. Fish later wrote a letter to her family, detailing the horrendous fate he'd inflicted upon their daughter, a letter that eventually led the police to him. In 1934, after a relentless investigation, authorities finally captured Fish. In court, he openly confessed to numerous crimes, speaking with chilling calm and showing little remorse. His trial was a national spectacle, revealing the twisted nature of a man who had masked himself as a gentle elder. Albert Fish was convicted and sentenced to death. In 1936, he was executed by electric chair, but his case left a mark on the nation, a dark reminder of the hidden darkness that sometimes lurks behind the most innocent-looking faces.